Hello and welcome to Papercrafting Playdate. My name is Robin Armbrecht at Really Robin Stamps, and I'm so glad that you are joining me today to play with paper. This is episode 140 of Papercrafting Playdate, and today is actually in real time, December 13th, 2024. And we are going to work on a new card template today, and I'm going to sneak peek some items that are coming in January. This will actually be the last Playdate in 2024. It's kind of sad, but there's so much good things to look forward to in 2025. And so we will keep our focus there, right? All right, so I am going to make sure we are streaming where we're supposed to be streaming. I think we are. That is great. Let's take a look at the table. Oh, we are looking at the table. We're already there. Okay. Before we begin our card template, couple things you need to know. Host code for December, all the way through the end of December, with a qualifying order of $50 or more. You're going to get my reward for this month, which is this little desktop calendar. We're at the end, as I said, of December 2024, and it's time to switch to a new year. And so this is your reward. Has little inspirational messages each month. People seem to like the calendar, so that is the reward for ordering this month. And then also, as I said, we're going to sneak peek some products from both of these catalogs today. These both begin January 7th. And there's a sale and there's a mini catalog, lots of good stuff coming your way. So if you are a new customer to me and you're not sure if you are on my list for sending catalogs to, there's a link that you can use in the description box to sign up to get these catalogs, so you'll be all set when the new year comes around. If you are a frequent customer, these are already on their way to you. You should be getting them very soon. Hello, everyone. Say hello to your friends in the chat. Even if you're not joining me live, you're watching this on the replay. I love to read the comments and I try to respond to almost all the comments as much as I can. Hey, Sharon and Judy. Hey, Petey. And hi, Susie. Good to see you again. Patrizia, Barb, Ginger. Hi, Ginger. Yes, it is so cold right now. Mary. Hi, Julie. Hi, Tony, Melanie, Sarah. Oh my goodness, everybody's here. Sandra, Mary, Ruth. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, not to confuse you, but there are also going to be released in January a whole bunch of online exclusives. So lots of new products coming your way. Online exclusives, in case you're new to Stampin' Up, just means they're just being released into the online store. They're not attached to a catalog. So lots of good stuff. We're going to share some of that. So I'm going to stand up so we can get busy with our template. So today's template is number 28, which means you can find 27 other templates on my website. A template is like a recipe for a card. It's just a great way to have something to go off of to when you're stuck and you need some inspiration. The template will help you to put some cards together. So I'm calling this one a tall square card. It's kind of unique, a little bit different than some of our normal templates that are really designer series paper based. They have a lot of pattern paper. This one has more like a structure to it. So let me show you the basic pieces. So it is a square card. Okay, so to make a square card, it is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. You can still get 2 of these per sheet. So the base is a square card, but I'm calling it a tall square card because we're going to attach a rectangle to it that is 3 by 4 1/4. And so when we attach it hanging off, it's going to actually, the footprint of the card is going to be just the same as a regular invitation size card. It'll be 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 across. So we're going to layer a designer series paper, and then we will have this nice big space for stamping and decorating. So when you put this together, some things that help, if you start with your designer series paper, whatever you want to choose, and then choose the colors of your cardstock based on one of the colors in your pattern paper, then make your card base and this rectangle the same color. That's going to help this blend and look like a full card. And then this piece in here is great for if you have a large greeting, if you have a nice big image to stamp. So you'll kind of see how this goes together. So I'm going to put this off to the side here. So I am being Santa today with my Santa hat. Thank you so much. I figured you might as well. It's cold. I kind of like wearing the hat when it's cold, right? It reminds me to be full of joy. So here is the stamp set I'm going to use. This is a current online exclusive. It got released in October, and it's just this really pretty watercolor, like brush strokes, two-step stamping that puts together this little cluster of flowers and leaves. It's very pretty. So that's what we're going to use to decorate our large space. Let me pull out my stamps here. So when I picked this piece of paper, this is from a new pack of plaid paper coming out. I think it's called Timeless Plaid. Let's see. I'm trying to learn all the names of the new things. Yes, Timeless Plaid. I used some of this in last week's Playdate. We've got kind of checks and gingham on one side. Beautiful plaids. On the other side with these beautiful soft spring colors, but also I feel like they're very, they could be Eastery, they could be masculine, just some really soft plaids, very muted. Oops, here's the rest of them. There's 12 different designs in the pack of 6x6 paper. Okay, so we're going to use that piece. This is the one I picked, so I chose my colors based on this piece of paper. So I have boho blue, ink, old olive, and crumb cake. So let's grab a piece of scratch paper here. So I'm going to start with our leaves. Yeah, Julie, I definitely will have ink on the sweatshirt by the time I'm done here. Okay, this is a distinctive stamp image, which means the way that the photopolymer rubber is etched, it picks up the ink in different amounts so that you get this instant like shaded look. And this is my favorite type of image. So I usually buy all the distinctive stamp sets. I just can't get enough of it. So you can see how these are lighter and that's darker, but it is just the way the stamp is designed in how they etch that rubber. It's so cool. So there's our leaves in old olive. And now we're going to take some boho blue and we're going to make some blue flowers. And so this is designed to line right up with all of those stems. So you just do that. Okay, so now we have our two-toned, two-step flower. Okay, so I'm going to pull in the crumb cake color by just adding some shading around the edges. So this will help with all of that white space when you have a nice big focal point on your card and it looks very white. One of the things that you can do is just add a little bit of blending around the edges, and it softens the whole thing up. And then the middle stays white, and so it really makes that image kind of pop off. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. That might be helpful. Okay, so there is our flowers. So you notice on the template, there's a little circle greeting here. So we're going to actually make a circle greeting for our very first one, right? So this is our basic template, and then we're going to expand on it as usual. So this is great to use your circle punches or your dies with. So I'm going to make a 1 3/4 inch circle, and I'm going to layer it with a 2-inch circle. And then we're going to use our favorite greeting stamp set, the layering leaves, to add our greeting. Hi, Donna. It's snowy day in northern Utah. Okay, so I'm going to put my greeting. And then let's use some of the other. See, we have these two main images that make the big cluster of pretty petals, but then there's some leaves and little flowers to go on there, and like a bud, so you can add some extra. So let's go ahead and do those as well. I want to add some to my greeting, but I want it to be lighter. So it kind of disappears behind my word. So I'm going to stamp on the inside of my card, and then I'll stamp again without re-inking. So I get a little lighter shade of that green. And then I'll do the same thing with the blue flowers. That way we don't waste any ink. Okay, now I'm going to close these up. All right, now we can put our card together. So let's take, I think I'm going to shock you all and use my stamp and seal. I think my glue is cold. Does this happen to you with your liquid glue in the winter? I haven't ever noticed this before, but it's my current glue that I'm using is just so clumpy, and it's been just kind of driving me crazy. So I think I'm going to give it a little break. Okay, so this piece is 2 3/4 by 4. This piece is 3 by 4 1/4, so it's just a quarter difference. Okay, so now what you want to do is attach this and make it so it's the size of a 5 1/2 card. So it's very helpful if you have just a little template that is a true like quarter of a piece of cardstock, which is the finished size of our typical invitation style cards. So what I'm going to do is just line this up, and then I'm going to flip this upside down, and this is going to tell me where, not only where to mount it, but where my adhesive needs to go, because I don't want to put adhesive on this part. It's going to be sticking out. So I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. trying to get a new one started here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to line that back up as my guide here and flip that over. I'm going to center it. Like that. Okay, so now we have our little card, not completely center. But what I like about it, when it stands up, it kind of just has this cute little finished look to it, because it's got those, you know, combined elements of like the square and the rectangle. So now we're going to put a circle on here, and I have it over here, but I actually see like I have a little more space on this side. So I'm going to put it on this side. And we'll leave the circle white so it kind of pops. Oops. Put that right in the corner there. Trying to think of a better name for this card, but I didn't come up with anything clever, so that's why I called it the tall square. And that was as much as my brain could do. So let's put some embellishments. These are the textured dots. They look like little metal nail heads. Very, very sweet. And then we'll add just a little bit of the twine since we've got our crumb cake going for our card base. All right, I realized I've been kind of grouchy, and I realized I haven't really been listening to Christmas music, like my favorite Christmas music at all. And I was wondering if that might have something to do with it. So yeah, I need to focus on getting some good Christmas music going this weekend. So I wanted you to put in your comments, what is your favorite holiday song? What really, like, you hear it and it just like means the holidays to you. Okay, here's our template, the tall square card. I hope are already thinking about ways that you can add to this. Okay, so we've got our basic one here, and now we're going to just take it in another direction as we like to do. Let me move Pretty Petals. So I wanted to play with some more new things. Mixed Florals is going to be an online exclusive stamp set. January 7th has beautiful outline images. 3 ladybugs, they're so sweet. There's paper. There's another, like, it's a whole suite of products online. So I did one in Melon Mambo with the pretty tulips. I don't know if you can see I put the Wink of Stella to make them shimmer. Oh, those are all good songs. Yes, I love Mary, Did You Know? The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Little Drummer Boy, Silent Night. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yes. When I was growing up, we had one of the records that we had was Burl Ives' Holly Jolly Christmas. And like, I have to listen to that whole album from start to finish. And those songs end up being like some of my favorite. Jingle Bells, Carol the Bells. Oh, I love that one too. All right, so let's see another one. So this one is made with some new paper called Storybook Moments. This one's very fun. I'm going to show it to you. I don't think it's going to appeal to everybody, especially if you don't like little critters. It's very like Peter Cottontail-esque. It's a whole suite of products that has just all the spring little scenes, gardening, kind of antique-y looking. So this is the Designer Series paper, and you get these guys, which that's where I got this cute little chipmunk. I think it's a chipmunk. And then it comes with 2 sheets of die cuts, which just so remind me of paper dolls. They're just so much fun. So this is Storybook Moments. So let's start showing some variations here. So I did another one with this, but of course, instead of just a plain rectangle, you can use any of your rectangle dies to kind of change it up. Now here I played with covering the entire front of the 4x4 card with Designer Series paper, and then instead of white, I covered that with another coordinating pattern, used one of the pretty die cut frames. Okay, so let's switch it up again. Just so that this is meant to like make your brain work. Okay, so this is a set of paper that is going to be a celebration item in January. So that means you can get it free with a $60 order. It's called, let's see, Bloom Impressions. Let me flip through. I use this beautiful multicolored one. There's our beautiful purple, some yellow, melon mambo. So pretty. And it has kind of that watercolor look. It's going to actually look really, really good with that first stamp set I used, the Pretty Petals. It has that nice distressed watercolor look. So again, I covered the entire card. Now instead of putting the card up and down this way, we're going to turn the fold and we're going to just have it stick out this way, because sometimes you might have a card or an image that you want to use that is horizontal or landscape instead of up and down. So let's just change it up and attach it over here. So this is one of the deckled rectangles. So let's actually glue this right to the card. And then we'll pop up the inside. So we're going to make a double layered shape here. Okay, so I'm just putting adhesive where I can see it won't go past what's going to pop up on the card here. Okay, so I'm going to use this stamp set here. Nope. Here it is. This one. This is called Linked Together. It's going to be in the mini catalog. So it's just a greeting stamp set, but the dies are shapes. And then it also has some masks decorative masks that you can do some stenciling with. So I loved this true like diamond shape, and I wanted to just play with that and some of these words and try our template in kind of the landscape mode. So here is the diamond shape, like that. So we're going to stamp on this. Anytime I'm stamping on the diagonal, I like to use my grid paper and line up those two corners with a line. And then I kind of have a visual of the line going across, and that's going to help me place the words or the image. So my card base is blueberry bushel, so we're going to do our greeting in that. So this is one of those fun stamp sets where the greetings kind of build with each other. So we have wishing you just a note, and then kind of some, so wishing you a happy day, wishing you a lifetime of love, wishing you the best, enjoy a happy day, enjoy a lifetime of love. So you can kind of like mix and match them. I'm gonna have to play with that a little bit. Okay, let's do our wishing you. We'll do that in black. Jingle Bell Parade. I don't know that song. Okay, so when we attach this, I'm going to pop it up. Okay, I'm just going to evenly space it on there. Again, I'm just going to flip it upside down where it's going to be, so I know where all of the dimensionals should be. I don't want to go too far. Okay, so it's just kind of a little bit different, right? It's just a little bit different way to make the card. I went ahead and just cut out all of these to try them. There's two types of flowers and vines, and that will be our embellishment. Yes, the diamond shape is stitched. Let me see if I can hold it up. So is the oval that comes in here, and then this little like lattice frame is also stitched around the outside. So the green in this paper is Shy Shamrock. So I'm using that with some Daffodil Delight. Let's see, where do I want this guy? I think I want him over here. We'll put put them around like that. So we have 5 flowers. Give them some embellishment. These are some new antique pearls in 2 sizes. They're a little bit, well, they do look like pearls, but you know how pearls are, sometimes they look a little iridescent. That's what these are, picking up all those colors. Oops. I was wondering where that went. Okay, so let's keep going. I just wanted you to start thinking way outside the box. Let's continue with another shape. So this is our off to the side card. So let's move away from rectangles and go to circles. Okay, so I cut out 2 of the Spotlight on Nature circles. I did the largest kind of stitched edge, and then I did the largest of this, I don't know how to describe these, but kind of an open stitch. And we're going to decorate this with the new Wildflower. It's called Wildflower Birthday. Yes, Wildflower Birthday Suite. The paper is called Wildflower Birthday. The bundle is Birthday Celebration. And this has die cuts as well. So it has 2 sheets of exactly the same die cuts. And then some gold foiling on one side of all of these papers. Soft Seafoam, Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, and then Blueberry Bushel. And then there's some little focal points and tags that you can cut out and use with these little die cuts, which I thought were so cute. So I picked out a cupcake, one of these little flowers, and a leaf, and then this peach flower here. We're gonna just kind of create a tiny little cluster to go on our card. So I'm gonna hook those together. Add a little leaf in there. Do like that in there. That's going to sit on there with our greeting. So instead of adding an extra piece for a greeting, we're going to combine it all into this nice big circle. And since there's gold foiling, let's go ahead and emboss. We'll do some heat embossing in gold. So I used my little embossing buddy. And I'm going to stamp in Versamark ink. And then we'll sprinkle our gold powder on. So we're going to step up this template with this card and make it a little extra. Now I'm going to heat it with the heat tool. we're going to tuck that in there. Okay, so there's going to be our shape that we're going to use, and let's make the card come together here. So I have my pretty and pink card base. I went ahead and cut a whole piece again because it has all the colors on it. So this is the one with the foiling. Now, why would we put this beautiful, these two very necessary pieces on the same sheet? I mean, I don't want to have to choose between those two. Let's bring back our template here. We'll flip that upside down. I already popped up the front, so I'm going to use my Glumpy liquid glue. Oh, Robin. Okay, well, this one's going to open from the side. That's all right. That's okay. We like to go with our mistakes, right? So this is the new like woven. We used to have this in silver. It was one of my favorite ribbons because it laid so flat. You could just like put it under something. You can tie a little bow so easily. So I'm happy we have this back, and it's part of this suite. And we'll just put a nice big pop of gold on the front. Like that. That's kind of cute. And then these are the embellishments that actually go with this suite. They're called party dots. Gold would look pretty too. I feel like we might use the peach. Yes. Yes. Something like that. Okay, for our inside, let's finish this up. We'll put our greeting. So I wanted to just show you how the stamp set comes into play. This is another one that's kind of, you can build your greeting with. And so I'm going to put, so I'll show you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to put birthday because I want that to be in the middle. And then happy. You could also use your grid paper, right? If you need help lining it up. I'm going to do happy birthday to you. And then pick it all up together. course, you could do them separately. It's just kind of fun. Put a little banner on there. Okay. I love the pink and blue combination. It always reminds me of the 80s, when navy and pink were. All right, so here is a version opening to the side as well with a totally different shape. You can see the gold. Okay, I have one more idea to share with you, but I hope that you are thinking about the stamp sets that you have that would kind of work with this layout. Put you to the side for a minute. I'm going to bring back this stamp set. I used this last time we had a play date. I'm really enjoying the words, and then these dies that look like arches. This is an online exclusive starting in January as well. We're going to make a shaker card on top of our little template. So I'm going to create first a frame with 2 of these. So I picked 2 different sizes and that weren't quite next to each other. They're 3 apart. That way there's a space because I'm going to use some of these fun words. So let's cut this first. And I'm going to use some tape to hold this down so we can get it very evenly placed. I will link in the description a video that is all about shaker cards. If you've never seen a shaker card before, I have step-by-step directions for how to just create shaker cards and different kinds of them in general. So now we have this little extra piece to save. But the basic elements that you need for a shaker card is you have to have a frame, like a window is probably a better word. You have to have a window sheet so that you can see through your window. And so I took the next size down because I didn't need it to be quite as big. And I cut another one, so that's going to get adhered behind. Then you need your scene or your white piece that you stamp on, like the inside, whatever the inside of your shaker card is. And then most of the time that can be the back as well. But since this is going to stick up over a card, I created another piece to be the back, so it looks more finished when the shaker is like popping up. So that's how we're going to glue these together. I'm going to stamp this first. So I picked the greeting that says, "Know you are loved." I think think I just like this because it's very inspirational. Bring this back here. The sayings is what I'm trying to say. The sayings in the stamp set are very inspirational or heartfelt. Okay, so I'm going to put some of our stronger Seal Plus on the back side of this. You could use tear and tape as well. You could use the liquid glue. Liquid glue likes to get on window sheets and then it gets kind of smeary, so I thought I would use this. So I'm going to put my window on the back. Okay, let's glue these together. Use liquid glue. Okay, so these are gonna go together, but we have to leave space in between for our shaker items. And so the way that we leave space is using foam of some kind. And for this rounded one, we're going to use these strips so that we can go around and create a whole pop-up that's going to leave space in that window. So I'm going to take a whole strip here. So these are the same height as a dimensional, but they're in strips. Hey, Stephanie. Do the stamps work on every size arch? That is a good question, Susan. Let me put the stamp set out here so you can see. So some of them are definitely for the smaller sizes. I mean, that will probably go around most of the corners. This one looks like it, you know, it's only going to fit on a smaller one. That is a great question. I haven't played with it enough to know the full answer. I will have to do my homework on this because I really think these dies are pretty fantastic. Just something different. It's a different shape that we haven't had before. It just kind of looks a little bit more elegant than just a circle or a rectangle. So you want to make sure this is continuous so your shaker bits don't escape. Okay, I'll put that back. All right. So before we put that on there, let's take the birds. So I'm going to use these. These are called Itty Bitty Bokeh. Even though they are designed to go with this new butterfly set that we're not using today, they have just the really neat sky colors. So these are kind of like, some of them are sequins with the hole in the middle. These ones that are kind of, I'll hold it up so you can see the kind of the clear ones. And then the blue, and there's two shades of blue and a pink. And those are just like flat discs, iridescent discs. So you could glue them on a card with your liquid glue. I'm gonna try to get fuzzies off the window. All right. now we have our shaker element. It turned out pretty cute. And let's finish the card. I thought this paper, it's the back side, but I loved how it had kind of the pink and blue. There's another pink and blue. I'm really on a theme today. This on like that. So since that's already very much popped up, we're going to use liquid glue. This will require extra postage for a shaker card because of the layers. Add those little birds in there again. This will just kind of sit up like that. I feel like I need a little ribbon on there. I might think about that. That's pretty fun to play with. All right. So we have all those iridescents going on. Let's add the iridescent ribbon. Needs a little, because this has a lot going on. You don't want to add too much. Let's take a look at all our cards. And I want to read the comments, see what you think. So here is our finished shaker card. And then we have our alternate shape. The one I didn't get made that I wanted to play with was the new heart set. I thought it'd be really pretty to have a heart sticking up over the square card. So somebody needs to make that. And then we have our different shapes and our basic template. All right. I would love to know. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Katie. Hey, Ginger. Thank you, Mary. Veronica. She wants to know why these come up so easy, and that is because there's packing tape. This is a tip I learned from Jill Nolan, Jilly Bling. You put 2 strips of clear packing tape or whatever, it doesn't have to be clear, across the top of your dimensionals when you first get them, and then just trim off any that sticks over. Kind of press it in. I usually take my bone folder and just do that, and then the tops of the dimensionals stick to the packing tape, so you can just pull it off. I feel like this is the best tip I've learned in 15 years. Thank you, Jill. All right, let me know what your favorite is. Let me know what you're going to try first with this template, and you can go download the PDF when you have time, and I hope you make some of these and then come share them on in our Robin's Really Super Stampers. Hi, Diana. Thank you, Gloria. Oh, Roxanne, that's a lovely memory. Yep. It's always nice when you have an organist or pianist in your house and you get to listen to them practice for services and music. Okay, let me read the new comments here. Ginger likes the shaker card. Thank you very much. I'm so excited that you were here. Leave me a comment if you haven't already. I appreciate hearing from you. And I hope that you try one of these tall square cards, and that I will, wish you a happy holidays now, and hope that to see you in January as soon as 2025 kicks off and all those good things we have to look forward to. Thank you so much for your time today, and be well, and I'll see you next year. Thank you so much.